Yo. Wait, madam.
Point the gun to his head and just pull the trigger.
What?
Do it, Trouble. You want to be down, right?
What?
Did you not say you wanted to be down?
Yeah.
Okay, then pull the trigger and hurry the fuck up before the music stops.
Madam.
What's good, everyone? It's the girl, Take It to Sean. Thank you all so much for tapping in and tuning in to All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. Today, we are going to talk about All the Queen's Men, Season 3, Episode 4, The Choice is Yours. And the synopsis reads as follows. Amp advises Fuego to stay in line. Madam gets a lead on her stolen bills. Casanova takes a dangerous risk, and Trouble must decide how far she'll go to prove herself to Madam. With that, you guys, we saw when this episode returned that the two, Tommy and Blue, had been in front of the explosion of that car. So neither one of them were really hurt. They really just sustained minor injuries, such as little scratches, bumps, and bruises. But they lived to fight another day. So Tommy tells Blue, look, we need to go. We need to get out of here. Madam doesn't need any more, problems in front of her club, so on and so forth. And so he tries to convince Blue to get, go home over to Madam's. And she's like, well, what if there's a bomb in my car? He's like, well, you can ride with me. You can ride with me. So they do just that. They get into Tommy's car or into Tommy's truck, and then they make their way over to Madam's place. But then we see Casanova. Casanova is hemmed up by that police officer, I think he's like the chief of police, as well as Detective Davis. And we're going to find out later on why they have such a hard on for Madam. But they tell him they give him 24 more hours to solve the case. And they say, if you don't give us something, you don't bring us some information, we are going to lock you up and fire you and lock your behind up. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to do whatever I can. I'm going to get you some information. I'm going to get you the information. So then we see this lady right here who is at the jail, and Casanova walks out of the room that he was in, and he acts, like everything is all cool, and he thinks he's still an officer and everything. So this young lady sees Casanova and immediately calls Trouble on the phone and lets Trouble know, hey, I see your boy down here, the one we were supposed to party with, so on and so forth, and he's a cop. And Trouble's like, what? He's a cop? So now Trouble is like, okay, well, I'm on my way. I got to go let Madam know what is going on. I got to let Madam know that this dude is police. But before that, Rashawn was supposed to spend the night at Trouble's home. Now, I don't know where Rashawn has been staying since all of this stuff, happened with him and Tandy. But anyway, he clearly doesn't have anywhere to go. So he thought that it would be a good idea to stay with Trouble. But Trouble leaves him literally standing out in the cold and because she's trying to make her way over to Madam's place. So then Joey walks into the room because they're in Madam's home, okay? So they're in the living room in Madam's home. And Joey walks in the room. Now, of course, Tommy don't mess with Joey at all. So he waits for Joey to leave, and he lets Blue know, look, we're going to talk to Madam in the morning, but right now, just go to bed, go get you some rest. So then we see Fuego has moved in with Amp. And y'all, Amp finally got a couch. Shout out to the couch. I see some dining a table set in there. Like, Amp, he finally got a couch. Before, he was sleeping on nothing but that air mattress. So anyway, he tells Fuego, bruh, just dance. Don't worry about anything else. Just dance. She got a body on you, and it's either that or you gonna go to prison. So but then I know you don't want to go to prison. And Amp is like, and Fuego asks Amp, well, are you trying to go back to prison? And of course, Amp is not. He's just trying to think of anything that will get him out of the view of Madam. But again, he tells Fuego, bruh, I've been through this. I killed a chick. I took a life of a chick in the shower at the club. I initially went to prison for unaliving my girlfriend because I was mad at her. I got a pass, and Madam, not only does she know about all of this stuff, she even helped me get $700,000, and that same money, the girl who I fell in love with, and this is when Amp starts to shed a tear. But he says the girl that I was in love with went and told her, and my own aunt had me tied up in the basement and let them do whatever. They were going to beat me or whatever, and they were going to unalive me. So, bruh, all I can suggest and really, really, really want to just tell you, just dance. That's it. Just dance. Don't worry about all the other stuff. Just dance. And so, of course, he listens and he goes from there. But then we see at the club, at this bar, we see Doc. Now, what the heck is Doc doing at the bar, y'all? He is there waiting for the senator's daughter. Because remember, they're supposed to be plotting on the senator's daughter. But she does not show up for some reason. So he sees Davis actually in the club, in the bar, and of course he's on the phone already talking to Madam, telling her that, you know, the girl that was supposed to be there is not there, but look who I see, and it's Davis. And he says, I'm gonna go try her, you know. So he basically tries to throw the D on her, tries to make a pass with her, and she's not falling for it. But of course, all of this is still on speakerphone while Madam is listening. And so he tells, you know, she's like, your girl, your boss is not gonna get away with it. And Madam is just in the background, just laughing and listening. But his attempt at getting her to the bedroom at that moment did not work, but he was instructed to continue to work on her to see what will happen. So then, y'all, we see the trio plus Joey at Madam's house in the living room, and Madam just tells them, or Blue tells Madam everything that happened, that old boy tried to get rid of them, or get rid of her. Jenna was in the car when it happened. And so, you know, of course, Madam is like, well, are you okay? And just that small talk conversation that she normally has between Blue as well as Tommy. But then Blue proceeds to let Madam know, look, the money that's printed up with the BRB on it, Midnight was the only one who turned that money in. And Madam was like, nah, Midnight ain't gonna steal from me. I tried that, you know, I tried to put him in that situation with Amp, and it ended up hurting him. So no, I don't believe that. We just need to do some more research to see where this money is coming from. So then we see the fellas at the gym, Midnight as well as Babyface. And, you know, in walks this chick. So come to find out, this chick, of course, is the one that was with Midnight, who basically is where he's been getting his money from. Now, I don't know who this chick is affiliated with, but she does have a husband. But not only was Midnight with this chick, he was literally with this chick, getting it in, you know, Midnight style. Because Midnight throws the dick to everybody. Ooh, did I say dick? Y'all heard me. He throws the dick to everybody, y'all. So anyway, we find out this is where he has gotten his money from. So then we make our way to the club, and we see Big D as well as Dime. Now Big D is like, come, let me practice this routine on you. And she allows it to happen. But then he starts, you know, like, she starts getting real ratchet because she sees Amp. So now she's turning it up. She's trying to make Amp jealous even more. And Amp is just like, look, I'm just gonna stand here and watch this just to see what happens. So she's all on baby on Big D's lap, and he's like, just pull your, just pull your panties to the side. Like, he's trying to get some on the stage. He don't care who's listening, who's watching. He does not care. He's like, girl, you got me HARD up in here. Like I want some right now, but she's like, no, we can't do that. And so I'm like, stop teasing and stop playing with this little man, like young man. Please stop. He's already seen young. Stop teasing him, and that, because it's gonna end you up in trouble, Dime. We don't know what type of temperament Big D really has. So she just keeps testing the waters. So then we see Casanova, who has made his way back to the club. Now, at this point, just about everybody knows he's the popo. And Tommy says, where have you been? He was like, oh, I was sick, and, I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't come in. Yeah, you were sick, all right. So then he's like, all right, well, go get dressed. So Casanova, he makes his way over to the amateur dressing room. But then, you guys, outside, we see Trouble, and she is talking to Madam. She's telling Madam that Casanova is the popo, but we already knew that Casanova was the popo. So you didn't gain a whole bunch of points, but at least you know something that could actually help you later on. So in that dressing room, again, we see Casanova, and Tommy goes into the dressing room and tells Casanova, hey, Madam wants to see you. So he's like, okay, cool, I'm on my way. So he makes his way into the office to talk to Madam, and he's like, oh yeah, I was sick. I didn't come in last night. I was sick. And she's just like playing it all off because she already know what's the deal. But then he proceeds to tell her, I got, rid of some of the evidence. So we know now that Casanova really did delete some of the files. And so Madam is like, she's already sitting in front of this computer. So she knows that there is some type of audio equipment in there that's recording her. So, but they just can't pinpoint it. She even gets to the point where she makes him, pull his pants down. And so he does all that. But then Tommy comes up with this magnet. And lo and behold, the listening device was in Casanova's earring. And oh my God, Casanova, you are in trouble. I hate it for you, but you went back. Why would you even go back? You should have just let them lock you up or ask for a safe house or something, because now you about to go through some stuff. So then we see the amateurs. They're out there dancing on the floor. And of course, Trouble thinks that she deserves a single spot. She deserves to dance by herself. Well, Dime tells her, until the queen of the house is spoken, you're going to dance with everybody else. Now get your AWS off the stage. So then, y'all, in comes this particular dance routine that the fellas are doing. It's called something tipsy. Let's get tipsy or something like that. So the guys, they do their dance. And yes, we get to see my guy Fuego. He has made it back with the tipsy cup, but he has made it back to the stage to dance again. He has lived to dance another day. And it's just like he's up there. He's comfortable in that zone, in that area. And so he just does as Amp tells him. He just dance. So then we see Madam, y'all. Madam was so confident and happy because they have yet to see Concierge. But lo and behold, like the Dark Knight, like I said in my last video, Concierge makes a phone call, and on the other end, Madam receives that call, and she is concerned. I don't care what Madam says. She even said, I'm not scared of this MF. But Madam, the look on her face from the phone call of the Concierge has definitely gotten her shook. She also said that, or Concierge told Madam that she was going to somebody, either her or someone she loves, is going to be hanging from the bridge. And he says that he is on his way back. So I found out where he was, y'all. He was in Mexico. So he is on his way back from Mexico. He says he's been talking to the father of Lotus, and he is not pleased, and he wants your life, and we're gonna get rid of something that you love the most. I thought about it, you guys, because there was a 2-part to that. He said that someone that she loved would be hanging, but then he said we're going to get rid of something that you love the most. So, and he also let her know that her security has been beefed up. So she now knows that Concierge is really, really watching her. But who the heck is telling him that she's got more security? Is it Joey? Can we really even trust Joey, y'all? I don't know. But at this point, like I said, Madam is shook. And the other thing that Madam loves, and I thought about it, you guys. It could be her club. He could be coming for her club. It wouldn't surprise me. Concierge is definitely that guy. He's gonna do some damage. So I just think he may be coming for her club. What do you guys think? Drop your comments below. Talk to me. Let me know what your thoughts are as to what Concierge is going to do to Madam. So then, you guys, we finally see Madam as well as Trouble and Tommy, and they're talking in the hallway, and Trouble asks Madam, I want to, she's like, I want to get my own spot. I want to dance, solo instead of with the amateurs. I want to dance. I want to, okay. So Madam's like, okay, well, you'll have to prove your loyalty to me before you can get your dance. You can get your own spot, but you got to prove your loyalty. And so, after some back and forth between Trouble and Tommy, because Tommy called her a B and an H, and he was really, really disrespectful, but I don't know how to comment. I don't know how to respond to that, because she was acting like she wanted to fight him too. So I guess he gave her the energy that she was giving out to him. So then we see in the den or in the basement, we see Casanova, and he is beaten. He's bleeding from the ear. So it looked like Tommy laid the smackdown on him. I don't know who else laid hands, feet, and toes on him, but they got Casanova. Casanova is tied up, and Madam tells Trouble, so you want to be down, you want to be loyal, then, take his life. And she's like, what? First she was talking trash to Casanova. Yeah, they got your B double, they got your bitch ass, excuse my language. They got you, and now I'm glad they beat you and blah, blah, blah. But then Madam hands her the weapon and is like, okay, now take his life. And Trouble's like, what, Madam? So with that being said, y'all, that was the end of the episode. Now we gotta wait till episode 5 to find out if Trouble is going to prove herself to Madam. Drop your comments below. Do you think Trouble will be able to prove herself to Madam? I don't think she will be able to, simply because we saw in the trailer where Madam is questioning Trouble. So with that being said, you guys, I only said it one time this time, I think. Well, anyway, thank y'all so much for tapping in and tuning in to All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. We are over here loving all the Queen's Men. Make sure you all tap back in August 24th. We will have the Team of Talk going on. We got a lot going on. But with that being said, you guys, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell for reminders of Ruthless content, which consists of all the Queen's Men and so much more. Okay, all right, you guys, that's about it. Thank you so much for tapping in and tuning in, and you already know, stay ruthless.